Math can be a walk in the park, and other times a tough nut to crack. But by knowing your symbols, math becomes 10 times easier. In this video, we highlight the math symbols every student must know, and we'll discuss them in a straightforward manner. Let's begin with the fundamentals. Arithmetic symbols. You are probably familiar with most of these, but let's talk about them. Minus. Minus means subtract. 5 minus 2 equals 3. Plus means add. 2 plus 3 gives us 5. Divide means to separate into groups. For example, 10 divided by 2 equals 5. So we separated 10 into two groups of 5. Times means multiply. So 4 times 3 gives us 12. Now let's look on the equal sign. Equal means both sides are the same. So the left side is equal to the right side. Example, 2 plus 2 equals 4. Now let's look on the plus or minus symbol. This symbol means the equation is true whether you add or subtract. For example, x equals 5 plus or minus 3. This means the equation is true whether x is equal to 2 or x is equal to 8. Consider these the foundation of math. If you don't know and apply them, your math skills will be very shaky. Next, we have comparison symbols used to compare numbers. Less than. 3 is less than 9. Greater than sign. 10 is greater than 6. Less than or equal to. X is less than or equal to 3. This means x can be any value less than or equal to 3. Greater than or equal to. X is greater than or equal to 6. This implies x can be any value greater than or equal to 6. Not equal to. 7 is not equal to 4. We can also say 2 plus 5 is not equal to 10. If you are ever in doubt which sign is less than or greater than, make your left arm in the form of one of the signs and do the same with your right hand. Your strong hand, presumably your right hand, is the greater than sign, and your left hand is the less than sign. And of course, it's the opposite if you are a left-handed person. Now, let's advance to some algebra symbols, the ones that usually pose a challenge if you don't know them. We have variables. A variable represents an unknown number or a value that can change. For example, x plus 2 equals 5. X is an unknown, a constant. This represents a value that remains the same in a given math problem or overall in math. For example, x plus 2 equals y. The 2 is constant, it remains the same. However, the x and y are unknowns, so those are variables. Now, pi is a constant, which represents a value of 3.14 rounded off to 2 decimal places. Now that's a constant. Exponent, sometimes referred to as power. Whatever the exponent or power is, you multiply the base number by itself that amount of times. For example, we have 4 raised to 2. Or we can say we have 4 with the exponent of 2 or 4 with the power 2. For this, it is 4 times 4 equals 16. Square root. This is the inversion of squaring. Earlier, we looked on 4 raised to the second power, or 4 raised to 2. We can refer to this as square. So any number raised to the second power or 2, we refer to that as squaring. Now, looking on the square root symbol, this symbol simply means the inversion of squaring or the opposite of squaring. Example, the square root of 16 gives us 4. Parentheses. They categorize operations. Whatever is within the parentheses is always solved first. Example, open parentheses 2 times 3, closed parentheses, plus 5 equals 11. Absolute value or modulus of. This is the distance from 0 on the number line. For example, the modulus of -9 is 9. This is because -9 is 9 units away from 0 on the number line. You may come across some of these set theory symbols. A set is normally denoted by a capital letter. Now, this symbol means element of. So, lowercase c is an element of set A, not an element of. Lowercase e is not an element of set A, subset of. Set D is a subset of set A, not a subset of. Set E is not a subset of set A. This means combining the sets. So let's say we have set A union set B. That will be open curly bracket, lowercase a, lowercase b, lowercase c, lowercase d, 1, 2, 3, 4, closed curly bracket. Now let's look on the intersect symbol. This shows the elements that are common between the sets. For example, A intersect C is open curly bracket, A, B, closed curly bracket. Empty or null set. This means the set is empty. It has no elements. And this symbol is either 2 curly brackets with no elements in between, or a phi, which is a Greek letter. A prime or a complement, all the elements that are not in set A. For example, let's say we have a universal set, which is denoted by a capital U, and this set has the elements star, circle, square, rectangle, and a triangle. Now we have set A, which contains a star, a circle, and a square. With that being said, A prime equals the set that contains the element rectangle and triangle, because the triangle and rectangle are not in set A. These are useful in set theory. Don't worry, you'll get the hang of it. Let's summarize. We went over arithmetic symbols, comparison symbols, algebra symbols, set theory symbols, and so far we are extremely confident. That's an accomplishment. Test your knowledge. What does this symbol mean? A. Absolute value. B. Modulus of. C. Both A and B. Drop your answer in the comment section. You can always return to this video to recap math symbols, and it also helps to take notes. If this lesson was helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with your classmate or peer who needs a mathematical helping hand.